This might be a serious one. That's almost worse than Kendrick drop. Yo, for real. Yo, the Ville drop is crazy. Yo, we the first ones. We the first ones reacting to this video, alright? So let's go ahead and let's have some fun. Yo, welcome back to Single Seater Reactions only on the Flex My Network. Yo, if you can't see me, I'm right here. Right here in the small box. Alright, we got a video by the Ville. This video is titled Drake's ANITA Max Win might have a darker meaning after this was exposed. Yo, this my guy right here, bro. This my guy right here, bro. This guy always finds the news, bro. Oh my God. Salute to the Ville, bro. If you're not subscribed to the Ville, please subscribe to his channel. The work this man puts in to find this shit for us. Bro, this man is a gift. This man is a... Jalopy dropped? Oh my God, what is going on? There's so much. We're going to go ahead and get into the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate every single one of y'all in the chat. Yes, we are currently live. If you're not here for the live, that's fine. But, yo, you got to tune into the live for real, bro. It's worth it. Trust me. You're going to enjoy your time, no doubt. Look, let's go ahead with this video. Let's not waste no more time. Let's go.
So I wanted to piggyback off of where we left off yesterday because Ebony Prince, as soon as we talked about Gloria and then confirming that Gloria was indeed a person who happened to be a federal agent that had worked at the Mark Hotel, that was accused of either assisting or having any type of tie to Drake and his involvement in stay at the Mark Hotel. This is something that Ebony Prince was insinuating, implying, whatever type of evidence that he had. This is the situation that he presented for us, was that Gloria was a song that Kendrick Lamar had made that could have eventually had led to a relationship that Drake had to a federal agent at the Mark Hotel, allegedly. But it appears that Drake may have had some type of involvement, and so has Gloria when it comes to the case that I present to you right here. Gloria was named in this case that you see in front of us with an injury that had occurred that you can see right here. Obviously, there's an injury, and you can see that it happened to somebody who was...
Oh, let me read your message. That's awesome. I love to see such beautiful people in the chat. Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, respect to Natasha, bro. Respect to Natasha, for real. Respect to Natasha, man, no doubt. She's one of them ones. You know? She's a special soul for real, man. But let's keep going with the video, though.
Thunder stage, and Gloria was the one that responded to this altercation. It appears that what Ebony Prince is implying is that the person that he claims is a blonde that's on the security team, who's a retired New York PD officer and a current federal agent, stood guard while many acts of idiocy took place. From what he says here and from what he shared, as the person being the blonde could be Gloria, aka the federal agent, he's implying that the boy, aka Mr. Fitzenwell, aka Drake, could have been the aggressor in this situation that Gloria responded to, allegedly. And this is why Gloria became an important part in this whole puzzle. The song Gloria by Kendrick Lamar as well. But right after all of that, right after revealing who Gloria was, he decided to talk about ANITA. The key part in him sharing this photo is the beginning lyrics of the song, which is the intro, which is in Spanish, Sentado, Anita y tú, which translates to seated, Anita and you, with a photo of Drake's character from his tour, ANITA Max Win tour. Now, I have several theories about this situation right here, and I wanted to discuss them with y'all and see what y'all think about the ones that I have so far. Maybe you could tell me more in the comments. So the first theory about who ANITA could be, going based off of the lyrics, and one interpretation that it can be translated to, was seated, Anita and you. Now, who is you? Is it Gloria? Is it ANITA and Gloria? And if that's the case, we know that Gloria was involved as one of the witnesses. She was the second witness. Does that mean that ANITA is the first witness? Just going based off the lyrics and the fact that ANITA was mentioned in the song Gloria, I'm curious to know if it was Gloria and ANITA that were seated together as they were responding to the situation that was occurring at the Mark Hotel when the Thunder Stage guests had appeared? Or on the flip side, could that be the guests themselves? Could it be the Thunder Stage guests? Could their name be Anita?
We got Dragon in the chat, bro. What's poppin', Dragon? Salute to you. Thank you for stopping by, bro.
We know that Gloria was there for sure. That's only one person that he named. We don't know the names of the Thunder Stage guests. We don't know the name of the guest. We don't know the name of the first witness. The obvious speculation would be if Anita is the first witness or if Anita is the guest in the situation, the Thunder Stage guest. Going based off the lyrics, Anita is being mentioned in the song Gloria, which could possibly mean that they're tied with each other and they might be tied in the same incident report. And if that's the case, then Anita could either be the witness or they could be the guest. Now, that's just the first theory in this case, where there's already two possibilities of which one she could be. And the reason why I say for this incident is because I think the second theory I had was the photo that he had shared of Drake's character from ANITA Max Win. Obviously, Anita and Anita are something that these two photos have in common. They both have the same word. But then I started thinking about the Mark Hotel and the incident reports that Ebony Prince had talked about. There was a other incident report where not Gloria had responded to it, but Ebony Prince had. Also, what I've always noticed about this photo, that the character possesses a in their hand. They have a blick in their hand. And that always stood out to me because if it's the ANITA Max Win tour, wouldn't it be about gambling? Wouldn't they have like poker chips or wouldn't they have some type of money? Why would they have a blick? You feel me? Why would they have a, you know what I'm saying? And since I was already thinking about the Mark Hotel and I was thinking about who Anita could be, since we know Gloria was somebody at the Mark Hotel or somebody named Gloria was at the Mark Hotel, the second theory would have to be with a separate incident report where Ebony Prince had said, you see, I think the fools forgot that every interaction with staff has to be reported, particularly any complaints. And that group complains a lot. So there are quite extensive files. So Wagwan Delilah, and this is a reference to Drake's track, Wagwan Delilah, but look at the paperwork at hand. It's cut off. It shows you, it's a continuance of another paragraph that you don't see. And look at how it starts off right here. This is the only page that he gives us for this paragraph. It says, her bag and him for continuously playing around. There is no surveillance footage of this incident as it took place on the south side of 77th Street out of view of our cameras. It should be noted that upon Drake's return to the property and while walking through Caviar Caspia, which is a restaurant in the Mark Hotel, he suggested that the hotel should have one of those tunnels like at Delilah Vegas. One of those tunnels like Delilah Vegas. He even stated that he would potentially buy it for the property to be used for when he...
Don't tell me to breathe.
Hold on. Hello? Speaking. I'm well. No. Have you called before? Nah, not right now. Not right now. Yeah, afternoon. I'd rather not give that out, but thank you though. All right, bye. Yeah, that's a scam call right there. That's a scam call. Hey, yo, that's a scam call for real. And I literally was waiting for an important call, but I thought that was it. But yeah, that's a scam call. That was a scam mother effing call. Yo, it's crazy out here for real.
He stays here.
Hold on, but let me back this up a little bit because I wanna make sure I'm really taking all this information in for real.
Turn to the property and while walking through Caviar Caspia, which is a restaurant in the Mark Hotel, he suggested that the hotel should have one of those tunnels like at Delilah Vegas. One of those tunnels like Delilah Vegas. He even stated that he would potentially buy it for the property to be used for when he stays here. Photos of the tunnel that he spoke of have been attached for reference if anybody chooses to follow up regarding the issue statement. The only person that took note of this and is aware of this complaint is Darren Walker. There's no video footage of this occurring. If this separate incident report involves a woman going into her bag, taking it out and upping it on somebody because they're playing around, and then the next paragraph, it talks about how Drake, and upon his return to the Mark Hotel, he walks through the Caviar Caspia and suggests that the hotel should have one of those tunnels like in Delilah. One of those tunnels like in Delilah. And these are the photos of the tunnels that he was referring to. So after the situation that took in place, after the situation that involved a woman upping it on somebody because they were continuously playing around, Drake decides to get tunnels for what? So it could be more convenient, so it could be more private. So then it made me think, is that why the character is holding that in their hand? Is that why they have a blick in their hand? We know that Delilah was referenced in Family Matters, but it looks like it wasn't based off of the restaurant in LA, but it looks like it was based off of Delilah in Vegas, at least from what I'm assuming it could be, because why would he mention that and then Ebony Prince refer back to it as Wagwan Delilah? Did this song make Ebony Prince remember that incident that occurred when this situation happened?
Yo. Yo, if I haven't said this now, if I haven't said it before, this man is cooked. My mind is everywhere right now. Listen, my mind is everywhere right now. But I'm with Tiny, because she's saying, I'm not taking any of this as truth until more is revealed. I trust things that were reported publicly before the battle a lot more. Who is this Ebony Prince dude? Like, I know he shouldn't reveal himself, but yo, what's going on? I'm going to continue this video at my own risk, bro.
Happened right here. Because at the bottom of this, you could see he says, I guess I should have elaborated. This is to establish patterns of location of interactions, confirmation of private conversations between Mr. Fitzenwell and I. Stay tuned. And in this private conversation that he had with Drake, they talk about having one of those tunnels like at Delilah in Vegas. And the only reason why I bring this up is because of the photo that he had shared. Because I see the photo and I see the ANITA Max Win tour poster. I see what they have in their hand, and I'm remembering that there was another woman in a separate report that was involved in a situation like that. But I'm not sure why would Drake base a character off of somebody that tried to do this to him. If that's the case, keep it alleged. Which makes the other theory that I've been thinking about a lot more strange, because like I said, this thing in their hand is the only reason why I think they're referring to that case that I had showed you. Like I said, from what the character has in their hand and from what this report is saying, I feel like this could be another thing that it could be leaning to. But then again, I thought, why would...
Yo, I know it's a toy gun, but it kind of looks like it's smoking. Y'all pre that? It looks like it's smoking. You can see all this yellow, but this little... What the fuck? A man said Anita better not be Drake's daughter. Not Drake's daughter, bro. Not Drake's daughter. Bro. Yo, he gotta go. He gotta go for it, because what the hell is going on?
Drake referenced the situation in a case where he was the person on the negative side of the situation. Because if somebody had upped it on you because you were continuously playing around, I don't know why you would make a photo of a girl character holding that if you were the one on the bad side of that outcome. Maybe it would mean that he's making light of the situation. Because why would Drake even reference Anita in the first place? It doesn't seem like it would benefit you to bring up this person as a staple of your tour if Kendrick's going to go and bring them up to reference some type of clue. But I feel like the incident report involving her taking it out on somebody because they were playing around could be more of a chance for Drake to reference than an incident report that involved Gloria and Anita. Because from the incident report itself, it seems like it was a private situation that occurred and there was no surveillance footage of the incident even happening. Other than this right here, it's almost like this situation never existed. If it wasn't for Ebony Prince having this paperwork, we wouldn't know that this happened. But there could be a chance that...
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. The Gloria, like the whole Gloria situation, I'm almost there with you. I'm almost there with you with the Gloria situation. But this Anita, and I said it yesterday with the whole Anita thing, that you need a lot of information to give me to make you believe this. We've got a lot of info for Gloria. But this, bro, I need more. I need more. I don't want to go out my way and believe something that's probably just alleged. But I'm still going to listen. Cuz we're only like halfway through the video. But you got to reel me in, bro. You got to reel me in right now because I'm just hearing a lot, but it just sounds like nothing right now. And all respect to the Ville, but like, yo, like this one is a little out there, bro. This one is just a little out there. I'm not going to lie to you.
That because nobody knows that this happened besides Ebony Prince, it could be a thing that he's referencing by having her hold...
Wagwan with Anita so far? Yo, all I'm saying is like, there's clearly, based on what the Ville is saying, there's more than one situation that go on at this hotel. One with Gloria, like these names are definitive because they clearly stand out in the paperwork. So you have one with Gloria, I believe, but Anita, apparently Anita is some girl that was shooting in the hotel because somebody was still playing around with some nonsense. I still think this is a freak off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still think this is a freak off, but I don't know who Anita is. I don't know who the hell Anita is. Literally, this is like a freak off that just went horribly wrong. This is like the final destination of freak offs. This boy Drake, man.
This in her hand. It would be a lot safer for Drake to reference this than to talk about Gloria in a situation that was involving this. Because I don't think Drake would bring up Anita if she were to be the guest in the situation, the Thunder stage guest. Even if they were witness one, I don't think that Drake would bring it up either. I don't even think he would even try to publicize the name Anita. But if it was a private incident that occurred and there is no surveillance footage of the incident...
Yo, I'm not even following it, Taras. Yo, Slay, you kill me. We're almost done the video, don't worry.
And the only people that know about it is Ebony Prince and Drake. There's more of a chance for him to reference it. And what I'm saying now shares the same sentiments of the last theory. The last theory is that Drake could have been referencing Ann Winter. Ann Winter and Drake had a fallout. I believe they were cool because of the relationship that they had with Vogue. And Ann Winter shares the same resemblance as ANITA Max Win. If you take a look at ANITA Max Win, it says Ann right here, and then...
You lost me. You completely lost me. I'm going to play it one more time. But right now, you completely lost me.
With Vogue, and Ann Winter shares the same resemblance as ANITA Max Win. If you take a look at ANITA Max Win, it says Ann right here, and then Win Tour. And Win Tour, it spells out her name. And she looks just like her. There was a fallout that he ended up having with her in Vogue because when he was promoting her loss with 21 Savage, remember, this is the same tour that 21 Savage and Drake did together. This is where they went to perform at the It's All a Blur tour. After that situation, Drake and 21 Savage got sued by Vogue because of the fake cover that they used to promote her loss. They had to settle for an undisclosed sum. Drake had issues with Ann Winter. He even took it as far as starting some issues with her while he was performing at It's All a Blur tour with 21 Savage. And look at the timestamp right here that I want to highlight. He was going in on her around the same time that Drake was at the Mark Hotel. Because remember, Drake was staying at the Mark Hotel at this time. July 17th, July 18th, all the way to the 27th or the 28th, Drake had stayed in New York City for his portion of the tour for It's All a Blur tour. This article has the same date that appears in the paperwork that we have been reading in the last theory. So while this was happening to Drake at the Mark Hotel, he was also getting at Ann Winter while he was performing at the tour. There's even a AI video that he had put at the concert of Ann Winter. It says Drake's so petty for putting Ann Winter up there like this. And this was on July 10th, 2023. He was doing this while Jimmy Cooks would play in the back because he references Vogue and he says, "Don't tell me that you model if you ain't been in Vogue." And I guess this is where he shows Ann Winter because Ann Winter has her hand tied with Vogue. This is him sliding her while he's doing It's All a Blur tour, while he's staying at the Mark Hotel.
This gotta be the lamest nigga I've ever seen in my life, bro. This gotta be the lamest nigga I've ever seen in my life. How you finna get an old lady cause your pussy hurt? Are you serious? Yo, you can't make this up, bro. I literally have no words right now. I've never seen somebody so lame before in my life. Your feelings are hurt. And you're going to troll her while you're on your tour on stage. Oh, why did we make him famous? Why did we make him famous, bro? Yo, real rappers don't move like this. This guy's out here moving like Miley Cyrus, like this is Hannah Montana. Like, this is some lame ass. This literally sounds like an episode of Hannah Montana. I swear to God. This sounds like some Disney Channel nonsense. I'm fed up. I'm fed up, man. I'm friggin' fed up. I'm so fed up. You know, TikTok is also new. You're onto something with TikTok, I'm not gonna lie.
And I can't forget to mention that Ann Winter also frequents the Mark Hotel. Why? Because the Mark Hotel has all the celebrities pop out there before they depart and go to the Met Gala. Because Ann Winter is tapped into the Met Gala. And this is her at the Mark Hotel in 2023. Yo. Just 2 months before Drake had showed.
I'm so dead. Yo, Miley is harder than Drake. I ain't gonna lie. You're not wrong because when Miley Cyrus revealed to the world that she was Hannah Montana, that took some balls. Pause. Like, yo, that's some real shit she did right there. That's probably the realest shit she ever done in her whole life. And that outweighs everything Drake did in his life. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Showed up there. You could see here, Met Gala. The stars depart the Mark Hotel for the biggest night in fashion, 2023 Met Gala. This is where you could see Ann Winter and everybody else come out. So I thought it was interesting how this character that Drake had created, it shares the similar name as Ann Winter. It shares the similar appearance as Ann Winter. Not only that, but when Drake was sliding her at his concert, it appears that he was getting into an altercation at the hotel around the same time. within the week that it was reported that he was slighting her at his concerts, which I was trying to say that they have the same similarities of how Drake approaches things. The similarities between Ann Winter and the person referenced in this incident report is two things. Drake was getting at Ann Winter around the same week that this situation happened where somebody had reached into their bag, upped it on somebody for playing around too much. The other thing in common is that Drake could possibly be referencing these two occurrences. Anna Winter, through the appearance.
I just saw Showface News put up a video. I think Adam 22 got arrested. I mean, hey, that's what's up, but really? Because of the whole Rico thing? What's going on with Big U? What's going on with all of them? Loose Cannon and all them?
Of the character, and as well as the incident that occurred here. And also, all these individuals apparently have some type of association with the Mark Hotel. So those are really like the three things that they all have in common. But like I said, I think Drake is okay referencing. I think Drake in these scenarios and these hypotheticals, but he does this type of theatric where he references things that have occurred where he wasn't deemed a successful person in the scenario. You weren't a successful person it came to vote because you had to pay out in that lawsuit. But you left that situation with spite because you kept dissing Ann Winter at your shows. So you're salty about it, but at the same time, you're allegedly, hasn't been confirmed yet, using the similarities of this character to represent Ann Winter and making the character hold a blick because it was something that was also mentioned right here too. Another situation where you were deemed somebody who had lost in the situation as well. I feel like if this is the case, then it means that Drake doesn't shy away from referencing his shortcomings. Like when he accepted the fact that he had lost the battle and he showed up with bullet holes in his hoodie when he did this tour that we're talking about. And then that made me think too, well, she has the blick in her hand. And when Drake did that concert, he came with bullet holes already.
There's no way that's connected. So was the
character supposed to have some type of representation of a person Drake had made an enemy with?
There's no way that's connected.
Anna Winter is somebody that made an enemy of Drake. It would make sense why she would.
So him walking out with them bullet holes in his damn shirt and all that smoke, it came from this one. This a whole ass nigga. This is a whole ass nigga. Yo, as a Canadian, I am so disappointed. Just imagine when all of this goes public and the whole world can see all this information. We're the first ones here. But imagine when the rest of the world sees all this. Imagine when people in Toronto see this. Of course you're going to have your meat riders. But when I say this man is cooked, bro, cooked ain't even the word. If this is true, done. Dunzo. And then you're going to have OVO out there in the street with their ass out talking about, bro, what are we going to do now? This is so insane. This is so insane. He got his getting shot by a little girl is crazy.
To be the one to put the fake holes in him that he did at the concert. It would imply that somebody that was going against Drake was somebody that took him out. Obviously, he's not going to put Kendrick as the character for the ANITA Max Win tour, but to represent somebody who is willing to take it out and pull it on him, hypothetically speaking, right? Because that's why he shows up like that. Because it would have to be somebody who dislikes you to do that. And that's why she has it in her hand, because she's the one that does it to Drake. She looks like an enemy of Drake's, so it would make sense to reference that. But could he also be referencing a real life situation that occurred between him and somebody at the Mark Hotel, where then he later said that he needed tunnels like Delilah in Vegas? I still find it strange that this incident occurred the same week that he was getting at Anna Wintour at his concerts. This all happens around the time that he's staying at the Mark Hotel. It's all in the same timeline. And the fact that Anna Wintour frequents the Mark Hotel and was there 2 months before Drake was even there in the first place, I'm just not sure what to make of it at this time. But I've been trying to figure out this stuff, man. I've been trying to figure out who Anita is, and it just came up to that, man. It could either be the Witness One, it could either be the Thunder stage guest, or it could be a whole different incident report that occurred involving somebody having to up it on someone because they continuously kept playing around. Or could it be Anna Wintour because for whatever reason she has some type of tie to the Mark Hotel, as well as falls into the same timeline, specifically where the altercation took place, where they needed tunnels, where somebody had to take it out on somebody. Like, it all matches like the same timeline. It's pretty strange. At this point, I'm kind of just trying to figure it out. I'll probably go live later to talk about this more. But y'all tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Y'all tell me what y'all feel in the comments. Tell me how you feel about this. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the cash app's at the top right corner of the video. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Keep it alleged.
I ain't gonna lie, that stressed me out. Oh, that stressed me out, yo. I don't get it. I don't understand. Where did we go wrong, bro? Of course, everything here is a legend and not necessarily true, but like, yo, where did we go wrong? Hey, it's me. Yo, I'm right there. Right there in a small box. A smaller box. Like, oh, I don't know. I can't believe everything. That's all I'm saying. I can't believe everything, but when he was talking about the woman and the dates were matching up, okay, that's where I'm starting to look. That's where I'm starting to listen. When you give me dates, when you give me information that can actually be tracked, okay, now you have my attention. It's the same way how this is how I subscribe to the Ville. Because when they were talking about the whole Kendrick beating his wife thing, and then he did the research and found out that they got the days mixed up. They got the whole days mixed up, right? So when he did the research and he showed the times and the dates and showed what he was really actually doing at that same time that they were talking about, I'm like, you got my subscription. That's all I need. If I can go and look at these dates myself and see that it's true and you're not lying, you got my subscription right there. Easy. Easy. The whole beating your wife thing, lies. And that's when he got my subscription. Yeah, exactly. Daily Mail too. That's what I'm talking about. I see what you're talking about. Can you translate? What do I need to progressive guy? What do I need to translate? NFL fans, what's going on? The feds are messing with Kendrick. Yeah, exactly. See, exactly, Tiff. Exactly. Diddy was the one that they were talking about. But that's how you can tell that girl that shared that information probably got paid off to lie and mix up the dates. Kendrick and the Feds. Kendrick and the Feds. I would need a link. I would need a link for that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not familiar with that info. I'm not familiar with that situation. I would need a link for real. Oh, so what the Ville is outlining is about the situations that happened at the hotel he stayed at for the It's All a Blur tour. That's what he's talking about. So, based on what we learned in this video, apparently there's a lot of things that happened at that hotel. We went live yesterday talking about the whole Gloria thing and how Gloria was like supposedly an underage guest at the hotel that was bleeding for some reason. Sick, by the way. Sick as hell. But now there's another story about apparently shots going off or someone holding someone up at gunpoint at the hotel, which I don't necessarily believe, but like I understand where he's going with the theory, but it's a little too far-fetched. He did have me at the end though with that woman. Daily Mail is trash. Oh, for real? Oh, they're talking about it on Torture Talk? Oh, me too. Trust me. I wish someone would leak the entire story. Torture Talk just dropped the video. Ebony Prince drops more clues. What is Drake hiding? Which video were you talking about? Yo, Tiff, help me out. Which video is they talking about? Let me see. Feds sent after Kendrick. Drake sends feds after Kendrick. What? Let me check out this video because apparently this one came out 8 hours ago, so it came out today. 121K views. Let's check this one out. Let's check this one out.
Ready to buy a home insurance policy that promises a fair claims process? Visit squareone.ca now.
Conquer your tough pain with Liquid Fast Relief. Advil Liquid Gels. Get Liquid Fast Relief.
The feds, bruh?